Hey YouTube. So I totally dropped the ball on updating you guys daily. I just walked up the stairs, so I'm out of breath and I'm still recovering. I totally dropped the ball on updating you guys daily about my surgery because when I was in Miami, the first couple of days we were at one house and then we ended up having to switch to a different Airbnb. And for some reason, I think it was my internet connection at the new Airbnb. Every single video I tried to upload would say it had failed, and then it would say error uploading, and then it would like totally crash out my phone and it wouldn't upload for some reason. It was killing me. And I tried to just like archive the videos and save them, and that didn't work either. So all of my day 2, day 3, day 4, all of those videos, none of them worked, which was really sad. So I figured I would give you guys a slightly longer recap. Today is Thursday, and tomorrow makes exactly 2 weeks post-op since I had my tummy tuck surgery in Miami. My surgery was performed by Dr. Sean Simon, and he was amazing. Like I cannot recommend him highly enough. He is a skilled surgeon. He's not only a plastic surgeon, but he's a reconstructive surgeon. He's caring, he's kind, he's a family man, he's normal. He listens, he spends time listening to patients, he takes his time, he's creative. He's just like a very, very talented surgeon, and I would hands down recommend him to anybody looking to have a tummy tuck procedure done. I had a fairly textbook normal-ish recovery. My first 3 days were the hardest. Those were the days that I was walking at almost a 90-degree angle because I was pulled so tight. I had a full tummy tuck as well as liposuction. I don't know if in fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't remark in my last video about this, but there was a long-acting anesthetic that I paid a little extra to have called Exparol. I think that's the name of it. And when they have you opened up, they physically inject it into your abdominal muscles, and it's like a slow release type of anesthetic that numbs you and helps make the first few days after tummy tuck much more manageable. It tapers off completely at about day 4, so you still have some of the effects on day 3-ish, but it's starting to taper down. So I had 5 medications when I was sent home. I had 5 medications that they gave me to fill, and one was a Xanax that I took the morning of the procedure, right before, about an hour before the procedure. One was an antibiotic that I had to take for 5 days, twice a day. One was a muscle relaxer. One was a pain medication, and one was an anti-nausea. And I didn't need the anti-nausea at all. I took the Xanax, obviously. I took the antibiotic for the 5 days. The pain reliever was the one. It was Percocet, and it was the one that I used the most. And then the muscle relaxer I used only when I needed it, but mostly like in the middle of the night when I was really like sore. I would take that sometimes, or I would sometimes take it right before bed, depending on how my pain was. So day 2 was terrible. Pain level wise, terrible. Like I was in a lot of pain. It hurt to move, it hurt to sit, it hurt to lay, it hurt to walk to go to the bathroom. I had migraines, obviously. Day 3, teeny bit better than day 2. Day 4, teeny bit better in day 3. Day 5 was where I like fully kind of turned a corner on day 5. I remember that vividly. I woke up on day 5 and there was just a very obvious like shift that had happened, and I was standing up a little bit straighter. I was walking a little bit easier. I didn't need help going to the bathroom or going to like sit down on the toilet to go to the bathroom anymore. I was able to do more for myself. Day 5 was my magic day where I felt like, okay, I might actually survive this. And then it just got better each day from there. So I had to take, I've read or I've listened to a lot of stories of women recovering after tummy tuck, and a lot of them say that they stopped their pain medicine on day like 4 or 5. I personally think that is crazy because I actively needed my pain medication until, to be honest, I needed it even a little bit on day 7 and 8. I was obviously way tapered down. On day 8, I think I was taking 1 Percocet in the morning and 1 in the nighttime right before bed, and no muscle relaxer anymore. Another thing was constipation was a really, really big issue for me. So they say, I know everybody says this, but after you have surgery, your body literally like stops. And when you're taking muscle relaxers, I did a lot of research on it, and muscle relaxers physically relax your bowels to the point where they don't feel like they need to be need like you need to go, but you do, and you don't know even if you do because you're so like numb down there. Your abdominal muscles are completely numb, and then the muscle relaxers relax and numb your bowels. So I couldn't go until I took stool softeners and until I went. My mom went to the store and asked the pharmacist what they recommended, and there was this magnesium chloride drink. I believe it was magnesium chloride drink. It was at Walgreens, but they have it at like CVS and wherever, whatever pharmacy. And it's sometimes it's lemon flavored, sometimes it's cherry, sometimes it's grape. Mine was like a cherry flavor, and it doesn't taste that terrible. And that was the first thing that actually made a difference and made it so that I could finally go. Because it was terrible. I didn't go until like day 5, and I was in misery, absolutely misery, like bloated. And when you're bloated and you've just had a tummy tuck, that is a recipe for miserable pain. So, but obviously the pain medication was making it worse. So I had to taper down on the pain medication and deal with the pain in order to finally have my digestion work properly. So, stool softeners, I took those for a couple of days, was still not able to go, and then I finally drank the magnesium drink. And it's in like a small glass bottle, about this big, kind of looks like a soda, but it's cheap and it works. It is the most effective thing that I found, and I tried literally everything. Like I tried Miralax, I tried suppositories, even. Oh my gosh, I tried prune juice. I tried lots and lots and lots and lots of water. I tried everything and nothing worked, and that finally worked. So I recommend it. Just buy some when you fill your prescriptions. Just trust me on this. When you fill your prescriptions, you're already at the pharmacy. Grab a bottle of this. It's like $2.99, I think. You will thank me. I can guarantee you. And on like day 2 or 3, take muscle relaxers leading up to your surgery, and then take them, or I'm sorry, not muscle relaxers, stool softeners leading up to your surgery. And then on like day 2 or 3, or on day 1 post-op, day 2, maybe day 3, drink this stuff. But you've been taking stool softeners the whole time, and you will thank me. You will have a much easier time. Because obviously you can't strain or push very hard because it hurts like you're being stabbed when you push. So you want it to be easy. So once you go, finally, it won't be an issue at all to like go regularly after that point. But I would recommend still taking the stool softeners because it does make a big difference. So anyway, I left and came home on day 10. Day 8 is when I had my left side drain removed. The left side produces way less fluid than the right side because it's positioned up higher in the abdominal cavity. So gravity, the fluid doesn't flow down to it as much. And then my right side was still producing heavily on fluid, and so the right side stayed in until Monday this week, which was day 10. And that was the day I was also flying home from Miami. So I got my drain removed, and then they took out my sutures in my belly button, and all of that. So I still have my sutures in my incision, and I'm like thrilled with my results. Absolutely thrilled. Like my belly button even looks really good. My incision is really low. It won't be a pain. It won't be hard to cover up at all. My skin is like, I still have a couple stretch marks down like right where my incision line is, but most of my stretch marks are gone, which is amazing. I'm really happy. I'm really happy I did this. The recovery was brutal. I'm so grateful that my mom was able to go with me and take care of me because I would not have survived, truly. I highly recommend anybody who has the freedom or the flexibility to recover, especially if you have children, to recover out of your own home, or send your kids to grandma's for a week, or you go to grandma's for a week, or whatever. I can't recommend it highly enough because I'm finally now walking straight for the most part, except in the evening I get a little bit tight and uncomfortable and I'm hunched over a little bit more. But I'm finally at a point where I'm feeling like way better and I have a lot more energy again. And it makes me want to do more stuff because I'm home and I see that laundry pile and I see my kids asking me for a snack and I've got responsibilities and I've got people needing me and I feel the guilt of that I need to be like doing something and you really can't relax. So I highly recommend trying to recover someplace else if you can, if that's at all a possibility in your life, or maybe have like a parent or a grandparent stay with you so that they can, take care of your kids and make meals and do your laundry and sweep your floors, or have a cleaning service come and clean your house. I mean, my husband actually did that on the day that I came home because he had been watching my kids alone. And we got a big snowstorm. So they were snowed in, cooped up. All three of my children got the flu while my husband was single parenting, like terrible. So now things are finally like more back to normal. But I also, ladies, I also wanted to tell you guys, like, don't be surprised if this surgery completely jacks up your cycle, because I just started my period yesterday and I'm like 2.5 weeks early. But I know it's because of this surgery. And a lot of times that happens. A traumatic surgery will start your cycle over again. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm missing. Follow up with me in the comments on any questions that I may not have answered. I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has. Oh, and for my surgery, I think I paid about 9,000 for a full tummy tuck and liposuction on my flanks and in my back. I think it was about like 90, but I paid extra for that long acting pain reliever. And that was an additional cost also. So it was about right about 10,000 for everything. Everything. So, and then I had obviously lodging and all of that stuff, which I'm not including in that cost. But the actual tummy tuck cost was about 10,000. So for everything. And I'm really, really happy with what I paid. I definitely feel like I got a phenomenal result for how much I paid, considering my city. And the reason I didn't get it done in my home city was because the surgeon, a couple of the surgeons that I met with, it was going to be like 15 to 16,000 just for the tummy tuck, not including lipo. So I was really happy with the prices in Miami. I felt like they're really fair. The surgeons are very talented. Again, I highly recommend Dr. Sean Simon. His entire staff is phenomenal, warm, wonderful people. I truly loved them and will miss them. If I ever needed to get a surgery done in the future, I will absolutely go to him. He is the best. So if you have any questions, follow up in the comments. Thanks.